Queen. So welcome all you wonderful viewers to another Div 1 Cheer League match. Today we have Seraphim in the blue playing against Murky Disco in the red. Murky Disco has picked Tomb of the Spider Queen as our map for this match. It is a best of one, so that means first ban is going to the side of Seraphim. And man, these guys are having fun. Like I was saying, both teams are 2-0 in the division right now, tied for second place. Whoever wins tonight will be tied for first with a 3-0 record, competing against Mayhem. Most likely competing against Mayhem or somebody else who finishes 3-0 for the next week's match, so that's always interesting. And hovering over the Johanna ban right off the bat. One of the popular tanks right now, but not really a... I usually don't see people consider her as a ban, so that's very interesting. Varian now hovered 2. He's got the lockdown, so I can totally understand that being prioritized over the Johanna. Though Johanna is pretty solid on this map just to keep the minions under control and keep all those gems on her. So solid right there. And they are taking her out. I mean, as a Johanna player, I like that. They're showing Johanna some love. They don't want to deal with it, which is great. But they could also be kind of just trying to throw off the tank game across the board if they're picking up a tank first. I wouldn't love that as a first pick, depending on how they're trying to set up their team comp. But it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. And what will be the response? Who does Murky Disco not want to play against? We are on the Lucio patch, so... we could see Lucio, we could see the Murky rework show up here, but Tassadar is what is first banned for us, or second ban. So, again, a very solid one. He's not a solo support in the current meta, but those shields are just gorgeous. You get healing off of them no matter what. He doesn't have to talent into it anymore, and the Archon is pretty huge now. But, first pick up of a Varian. As I was talking earlier, he's got that charge, which is great. And can get some good lockdown and also add some versatility. It's hard to see him first pick and know if they want to go damage or if they want to go more of an assat or damage or tankiness with it. So it gives some flexibility by picking him up first. And a very, very synchronized pickup there of Zarya and Tychus. So it looks like we've got some shields going on. Tychus can do some wonderful damage if he can get his gun stacks up. Very solid damage dealer in the game. Zarya is a great tank that's able to also support her allies with those shields. Very strong in the meta right now, both of those. So good to see them picked up. Gives lots of versatility to work around too. Racist aliens and Tass's name. Oh, now we got singing going on in chat. I can't follow up on it, but hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Oh, I do remember it. Okay, Gul'dan, great wave clear there. Not a lot of escapes, but great sustainability with his ability to life tap. So I like it. Very solid mage dealer for this map. Good poke too to fight against different areas, and they're picking up their healer with Oriole here. Paired with the Gul'dan, should be able to get some very nice hope build up there, even with the Varian as well. Aegis great for saving people that are caught out a little bit. Hey, Silverstar, how is it going? What's with the sad face? Is my singing that horrible? Lovecore. So Artanis band, I mean, that's a solid frontliner. That swap can really mess with people. I mean, he's kind of scary to play against, and they're pulling Malfurion. That's exactly what I do on the side of Seraphim. You want to get the major healers out there, and what's left on the board right now is one of the strongest currently. So LVKO, they're saying, is a god carry in chat. Thank you for the insight, guys. I'm very interested to see how he's going to play. Now that you guys are hyping it up, I'm expecting some big plays. So we've got a Nazebo picked up for Murky Disco. Good strong push presence on this map. Good damage over time as well. Especially if he can get his minion stacks up. I love me some Nazebo. He's been in my back pocket for quite a while. So good solid pushing. They can kind of leave him soloing as well. Oh. Morales. I mean, Morales, so far, they've got a pretty solid team. Morales will definitely let them stay in the fight, especially that Zarya there. She can tank a ton of damage in the front, get her shields, ramping her damage up, and just keep going. But they do have to watch out for something that will punish Morales. She is a solo, for sure, a solo target healer. So, you know, if Gul'dan's getting some great DOT over multiple people, Morales might have to bounce around a little bit. Or if Seraphim goes into something a little bit more meant to take out Morales. Seeing the Morales now, I love the Artanis pickup or ban, because the Purifier Beam on him really can shut down Morales fairly easily. Oh, LVKO, you got some fans down in chat. I love it. Love to see that support coming out for you. And we've got a Muradin and a Vala, both very solid. Muradin's one of the top 3 tanks right now in the game, I would say. Vala, very consistent damage across the board. So, good, solid pickups. Both pair well with Ariel as well. Vala for the hope build-up, and Muradin just for the bit of support she can provide with the Crystal Aegis if he needs. Muradin's great. That little bit of escape he gets is wonderful, and paired with the Varian, you've got the double stuns there going on, and you've got the Valorine of Vengeance. If they go that route, which would kind of be my guess with this comp, you can pretty much lock down people out of position and just shut them down. Which, once they're shut down, Gul'dan can just go to town on it. So good team fight comp going on right there so far. The side of Murky Disco, they've got a Zarya in the front, but I don't feel that they're more building poke right now, not a strong engage. And I feel like against the Varian Muradin, but then Tyrael comes out, so he'll be able to definitely pressure some stuff in the front end and see what's going on. Those of you guys that are gaining your BJs in chat with our in-stream currency, you can now throw your bets in. Now that we've seen this, who do you think is going to win? You can bet A for Seraphim, which is our blue team, and B for Murky Disco, which is our red team. So best of luck to both teams. Have a bunch of fun, and let's see what happens. So Peekaboo, you got to do bet A and then a number behind it. You can see how many BJs you have by typing !BJS in lowercase, and you'll see how many you have. I personally am going to bet, let's go 500 for A. How do you guys have no BJs? Maybe you weren't quite here long enough. Fuck. That's annoying. That's annoying. Oh, let's see what we got here. 1 point per minute. Shoot. Let's up that a little bit. Ah, shit. Sorry, I can't up it. So you are gaining 1 per minute, or you should be. Okay, so on our blue side, guys, we've got Seraphim with Shiggity on Muradin, DJ Hellscream on Varian, Hawkpire on Oriel, and Gul'dan's paying by LVKO, who I hear is God carry, so you better row up to it, and a Rubber Duck is on Vala. Over on the red side, we've got Murky Disco with Boop Doop on Nazebo, Battle Pope V2 on Zarya, Morales' name is being hidden, that's Arya, and the Process is on Tychus, and Houdini is on Tyrael, who's just going to be flying around. Let's see how this goes, guys. Everybody's just kind of standard, going to the middle. I'm not expecting anything too major happening here. They should be playing a bit safe. Loco, I can do that. Loco with a V in it? Jesus. He's just trying to mess with people. So yeah, everybody's just posturing. Nobody's going to split to lanes. I might expect to see a 1-4 split from the teams, just to allow some major rotations. But as a whole, everybody's just kind of getting the soak. Arya's doing her thing, letting the front line stay in there. And we've got Seraphim just already split back to lanes. Vala getting some action in the bottom. Nazebo's going to come down and deal with her. And as we said, the 1-4 is what is going to be happening here. We'll see how it works out for either team. The Morales should allow a bit more sustain by the side of Murky Disco to keep into these fights. But with the Gul'dan in behind getting the poke out, it should be pretty even, actually. Tower shots falling. Not too bad, though, as long as they're not getting damage on the tower. Nazebo versus Vala at the bottom. It's going to be a pretty even matchup until somebody rotates down or if somebody gets a good pick off there. So, what else do we have? Oh, they're just waiting. Trying to see if they can get a gank up top, but it ain't going to happen. And the 4-mans are just kind of rotating opposite now. Okay. A few tower shots falling on either side. Little bit of damage to this top gate. Vala's trying to get damage down on Boop Doop, but it's not happening. About 50% of the gem count by both sides. Not quite there for either of them. But just everybody's playing very safe. Nobody wants to get caught out early. Shiggity going in fairly deep, having to jump out. But no damage done. Yeah. Come on, I want to see somebody dive in. Do something greedy, guys. Yeah. No. Vala's able to get some pressure bottom. It's a little surprising against the Nazebo. I would have hoped Boop Doop would be able to get a bit more pressure against her and through the minions, but not happening. Houdini's got quite a few of their gems, which is, get it on your tanks. That's the way to do it. Because hopefully they won't be dying too much. Oh, Nazebo able to do some pushback in the bottom. He should get some tower shots very soon. A Rubber Duck just trying to stay in lane and keep the soak going on. Level-wise, we're basically completely even, which is what you want to see. It means they're on a very, very evenly matched foot. Varian going in on Zarya, getting a good stun, but with the Morales in behind that, Shiggity getting caught a little bit out, and Shiggity may fall. Tyrael jumping in. Great job chasing him, Houdini. Though DJ Hellscream's going to be able to pick up a bunch of those gems, so they won't lose too much, though we should be able to have enough for a turn in from the side of Murky Disco very shortly here as they, well, right now. So if they, with Murden down, decide to back off and just try to turn in, they could have our first Web Weaver's wave. Oh, Zarya again getting very low, but able to push him back with that support from Arya on the Morales. She's got the heals on the right characters. And Boopadoop still doing more damage to Rubber Duck in the bottom, forcing her back behind her towers, and it's definitely, the momentum in the bottom has shifted. Vala had that early pressure, and now Nazebo's starting to take off and is able to force some action towards, and we can see both Oriel and DJ Hellscream are trying to turn in bottom. Both teams have enough for a turn in now, so it'll be interesting to see who has the better positioning around these turn-ins and is able to make one happen. My gut is going to say that we might actually see it from Seraphim first, based on how they have been turning in towards the bottom and then keeping the top under control. And there we go. Loco gets his turn in, and the first Web Weaver's Day is coming down. Nazebo did a great job in the bottom, pushing things towards the Seraphim's keep, so it will not quite get as much value in the bottom as it does in, say, the middle or top. But we'll see. How do you think Seraphim's going to pull this one out? Are they going to push? Looks like they're going to push mid. Boop Doop is going to have to back off a little bit here as the majority of the team is rotating down. They're leaving one in the bottom just to push, and then they're going to force a fight in the middle with this Web Weaver here. Try to get down a front wall. Tychus is just up top. The process just whittling away at the top one, so that shouldn't have any issues. But the Zarya getting caught out right in the middle there. Getting very low. Arya also getting low. Wouldn't surprise me if Varian tries to charge in and shut her down. Oh, Zarya, there she goes. Charge in. Able to dive out a little bit. Oh, and they'll stay alive. So front wall's down there. Vala did a great job at the bottom getting the front wall down, as well as the half of the fort. So that'll be easy to rotate down and drop if they want to. Oh, I can most definitely show some talents, guys. Sorry, that's the one area I am not amazing at doing. Looks like we got a multi-shot build from Vala. We're going for a tank variant with all those parry. Gul'dan, Echoed Corruption, Improved Life Tap, Bound by Shadow. Tyrael is working on that smite area. We've got Thing of the Deep, Blood Ritual, and Dead Rush from the Zebo. Zarya is building that particle grenade, or yeah. So that's what we've got. Oh, a good rotation down to Ballum from Houdini trying to catch out the Vala there, and it was successful. Though we do have a 3-man rotation down, that 4-man that should be able to do some damage. Houdini getting caught a little bit out, but able to jump out. Their ideal target was Nazebo there, but they weren't quite able to get into it. And Murky Disco uses that time to let the process turn in and get their Web Weavers going. And this is a tight one. Zephyrum's going to hit 10s first, most likely. But this Web Weaver wave, there will likely be a fight on 10s here. Seraphim, it'll allow them some early pressure, but Murky Disco should be able to pick up 10s not too far afterwards. So they shouldn't have any problems getting a decent push, taking a couple walls down for sure. You got Beep Boop on the bottom. These towers should go down, especially with no anything in them. And we've got a full rotation down. Boop Doop is getting the hell out because he knows what's coming for him. This Web Weaver will go down, but this will allow the front wall up top also to fall as well. Wow! Somebody doesn't like Houdini's build. Jeez, so why is he so dumb with this build? I'm curious. I'm not much of a Tyrael player myself. So 10's picked up on both sides. For Seraphim, we've got Horrify, Crystal Aegis, Taunt, Strafe, or Rain of Vengeance, and the Avatar for Murden. And then for Zarya, we've got the Expulsion Zone, we've got Stim Drone, we've got Gargantuan, we've got Sanctification, and Draken Laser Drill. So finally, Seraphim's able to clear up the last Web Weaver, though it was able to take out a fort. So that gives a little bit of a level advantage to the side of Murky Disco. But all in all, a very good back and forth with these. Shady's trying to get a little bit of a turn-in going in. They do have enough on variants going in. A great Horrify to get Arya out of there on her Morales. Stim is going out on Tychus. Lots of damage coming out. Arya's back in the fight, so we'll be able to keep these guys up. Houdini getting very low. Great Holy Ground, or Sanctification. Aegis going out down here, but Hellscream will likely fall. Oh, great Particle Grenade, but Tyrael. So a Tyrael trade for the Varian. Very good fight there. Great focus, and those, that Aegis just at the last second, and then able to parry your way out of there. Well played, guys. Well, parry your way most of the way out of there. Just wonderfully executed team fight there, guys. Yeah. And this will allow... Well, there's not quite enough on the side of Murky Disco in order to get a turn in yet. And they will likely lose a fort in the bottom if nobody goes down to clean this up. It's getting very low and lots of minions in lane. So that's a little unfortunate, but they're trying to stop Seraphim from turning in, which is what you need to do. Vala... Oh, Tychus getting taunted in. Lots of stuns coming down on him. Arya trying to save him. Great dash out of there. Vala would have had you locked down, and that will allow him to get out of there. DJ Hellscream pushing Boopadoop back, but Seraphim just really wants to get these guys turned in so they can get the next Web Weaver push going. And there we go. So this should easily be a fort in the bottom. Yeah. And they look like... Oh, they're trying to push it down before the Web Weaver gets here. Lots of experience in the top just sitting there. It'd be nice to see Vala rotate up and try to grab that. But she just wants to push this mid lane. So the Web Weaver doesn't have too far to go. Fort is going to fall. And it looks like a full team fight is going to happen in the bottom. Oh, as I say, Vala rotates up. Fear, not too amazing. Trying to force the team away, but didn't do much. So it looks like Seraphim is just going to rotate to one of the other lanes. Just let this one fall. All in all, not a lot of value out of that Web Weaver wave, even though they spent a lot of time getting that turn in. Middle falls without doing extra damage. They are going to get some poke on it now, though, which is good. They need to take that advantage. Vala will get some damage on the fort in the top as well. Though the Web Weaver is almost down, so not a ton of value, and good. Fort goes down, but they got to be careful as the team is going to rotate up from bottom lane before that one gets any value. And top, they want Nazebo, but no, they're not gonna go that far in. And they're just going to try to take the fort. Great expulsion zone to not let them escape. Hellscream and Shiggity getting very low. Shiggity popping his avatar. Hellscream was able to get out, but Shiggity getting very low even with the avatar. Doesn't have jump yet. Great way to shut down, but still getting chased. Able to jump out, and he should be free. So good escape there, guys. Murky Disco wanted you, but you were just able to have enough sustain to get out of that. And this will be a turn in for for Murky Disco now. So let's see if they can make something happen the other direction. Be nice to see them get at least one fort out of this. The lanes, especially the bottom, is fairly pushed in their direction. So I don't expect to see a ton of value down there. But from the way they're all setting up, it looks like they want. But, oh, Nazebo getting very caught out. Taunted into place. Hellscream trying to get damage on it. Able to slightly get away. Chrysalid just going down right in the middle. Hellscream still very low, and everybody's focusing him right now. The parry's coming out, but there he falls. And this will force Seraphim just to back up. They don't really have the damage right now to try to take somebody out. They just don't have the damage to burn through the Morales stuff, it's seeming. She's able to keep the team up nice and alive, especially with the shields from Tyrael as well, and from Zarya. Like, there's just a ton to get through before you can actually start damaging health. And then once Morales gets in there, the health keeps coming back up. So, very scary. Very scary. They should get the middle fort here, no problem. They need to be careful. The top Web Weaver's getting fairly low. Loco getting super low. Tyrael not... Oh, great particle grenade by Battle Pope there. Able to just pick off Loco on that Gul'dan as he was trying to escape. Varian heading up top. This front wall is basically going to fall. But able to... So a little bit of value there. Fort in the middle and the bottom, which is great. And the wall. So Murky Disco, great job capitalizing on that Web Weaver wave. Gem-wise, I'm not seeing that you got too much. I love how they're rotating straight towards the siege camp. Get that pressing while they can. I hope Rubber Duck, or not Rubber Duck, well, Rubber Duck needs to turn in. But it would be great to see them pick up camps as well right now, just while they're kind of back on their own foot. Yeah. So what are they going to do? They've only got 22 gems. Oh, we've got... checking the boss up top. They weren't sure where they were going to be at. Smart move on the side of Seraphim. You know, if you don't see where they're at, you want to make sure that they're not at boss, pressing their advantage even further. Murky Disco just kind of hanging out, trying to see if they can catch people out, trying to get a turn in, but Seraphim plan to play very safe and just try to push their lanes back out so that they're not playing out of vision. But as they see Seraphim in the bottom, Murky Disco pops their head up. I assume they're going to start trying to take boss, but I feel like they were just checking. They weren't sure where the other team was. Steaming Loaf. Oh, geez, you're hilarious, man. And it looks like we're preparing for a bit of a gank here. Hellscream out in the front. Tyrael jumping in behind. Stim going out on Tyrael. And the whole side is just backing out. Battle Pope getting very low. Gul'dan putting out a ton of damage here, but the lockdown going in. Charge on Zarya. Hellscream getting Aegis again. The fear coming back into it. Tychus is going to fall in the top, and we lose Tyrael. Oh no, we don't lose Tyrael. Jesus. Arya getting very low, but we do lose Vala. Couldn't quite execute the Arya there. So 1-for-1 trade so far. We're going to take out the Draken Laser Drill, and it looks like everybody is just going to back out of this. Nobody wants to die. Murky Disco is getting very low. They don't want to lose another one. What do I think, Steam? I think they smell a little beastly, and a great opportunity for Seraphim here to turn in, get some more pressure, try to get the lanes pushed back in their direction. Murky Disco doing the right thing, trying to push this top lane further away from their keep. They don't want to lose that, and they should easily be able to defend that. But Seraphim is just rotating the lanes and trying to keep the lanes pushed as possible, get as much value out of these Web Weavers as possible, and deny those gems to Murky Disco while the lanes are pushed so far out. But Murky Disco is rotating mid, and Seraphim's a little split, so this could be a 5v3 for a little bit here. But no follow through there as the rest of the team comes in behind. Though it looks like Seraphim is trying to do a bit of a rotate. They might try to catch people out, but no, they're just going to try to push with this top web over here and get some wall action down if they can. Murky Disco coming in behind to try and defend this. They've got a little bit of poke that should be able to push stuff down. The Gargant going out. Vala already getting very low, but some great heals from Hawkpyre there. Keep her alive and in the fight. Front wall completely going down. Web Weaver's just about done. Great fear just to separate the teams a little bit, and though not a lot of follow-up behind there. Stim going out on Tychus, trying to chase Loco down. Great stun by Val there to slow people down. Expulsion zone. Everybody should be able to get out of here, but the chase is real. Houdini wants it. And this Morales is just keep everybody alive and then the fight. Seraphim just trying to get out. And I love this. If they can keep them busy in the top here, that bottom Web Weaver might do well. Great taunt going out onto a Houdini, and Houdini is going to fall. So wonderful turnaround onto that Tyrael. And they also take out the keep in the bottom by allowing the Web Weavers to do their thing. So this means it should be an easy boss pickup for the side of Seraphim here. So wonderful execution. You looked like you were on the back foot, but you're able to turn around at the right time and give yourself the advantage there. About a level lead for the side of Seraphim right now. This is going to force a constant pressure on the bottom side here for them. The full team is coming up, but easy boss pickup, and I expect to see them backing away. Nazebo charged and taunted. Expulsion zone to keep people away. So Seraphim's just going to have to back out a little bit. But it looks like they're going to try to push in with this boss and get as much value as possible. I could also see them rotating and taking down the middle fort, or keep, since the minions are close enough that they could push that in fairly quickly, especially with Gul'dan. But they're just going to rotate around here and blow this fort down. Boop Doop is getting very low on his Nazebo. Murden jumping in there. Fear to push everybody back in. Taunt going out on Zarya. Trying to get her great holy ground there, or sanctification, to try to let everybody out. But Battle Pope just sneaking out with the heals from Arya. Great job there. No one went to go in. Boss is pushing on the core already, with the rest of the team just in behind, trying to keep as much pressure onto Murky Disco as possible. Let the boss get as much value. Shields are almost going down. Murden jumping right into the thick of things. They know that Sanctification is down. Stun going out on Tychus. He's going to be able to back away. Tyrael jumping into the middle of things and trying to push them back. But Tyrael also getting very low, but able to survive through it with his shields. And Catapult's coming in on the bottom. We've got 75% health on the core already, but Seraphim is just going to try to back out. They know they don't want to lose somebody at this point, as that would spell some couple of keeps lost on their side. So getting some aggressive bruisers here, or trying to bait it out at least, to get a team fight going on just outside of tower at range. Zarya getting a few shots over. They know that they're here, and seeing that they're all in the trees, they're probably not going to try to engage into this. They'll just try to pull back and defend. Yeah. Okay, so what is Seraphim going to do next? They have the advantage. Both teams have hit 20s now. So it's, I would have almost liked to see Seraphim try to push a little bit more while they still had the 20 advantage to the 19. But they don't want to lose their lead that they've got right now. So they don't want to play too greedy. They do have 42 gems already. I wouldn't surprise me to see them turn in a bunch of them now, just so that they're not worried about losing them. But here they are splitting up. They know the team's back at base, so they're just going to grab as many camps as they can, keep that experience lead going, and probably try to take a fight more out into the middle to let some catapults do some work. Try to distract the team from their base, or force them to split up and somebody deal with the base while they're trying to take a 5v4 team fight. So we've got Murky Disco trying to get a turn, and they don't quite have enough, but they know they should get them in now before they lose them. And 3 short still, unfortunately. The whole team from Seraphim's here. DJ Hellscream coming in. He gets the charge and taunt out on Nazebo, but able to get away from that. Some great stuns going out. Great Horrify in the middle of the team. Tyrael getting caught out, and he should... Oh, he gets Holy Sanctification down. Hellscream coming in, and Tyrael does fall, but Hellscream will be falling as well. And we also lose Morales and Muradin in the fight. So a 2-for-2 trade. And lots of health still on the side of Murky Disco. So they're chasing in. They want to finish somebody off here. But they do know that they've got to go back because there is 3 cats in the top and a siege camp coming down the bottom. So they're just backing out and making sure they don't take more damage on their core. Shields are almost down. So they don't want to be taking too much more damage there. And yeah, Fathoms Deep. That's Varian is interesting that way. The Murky does have a good team comp to deal with it, because they have enough shields and everything where the targets that are getting charged in aren't dying right off the bat, which is wonderful to see. But you definitely have to pick for that, as a lot of very, weak heroes will die to that very easily. Battle Pope able to make a turn in here to hopefully get their lanes pushing a little bit with all these web weavers. We do still have a 3v3. I feel like with this setup, Seraphim has a bit of advantage in the 3v3, just because they've got a bit more damage. Zarya's health bars right now can kind of show that. They got a bit better poke. But Murky could probably still take it with the shields from Zarya. It's a tough call back and forth there. Seraphim here just trying to do a strong defense. They don't want to lose any keeps here, because that would kind of give up a little bit of the advantage they've got right now. But with the Web Weaver pushing in, this will allow a strong push from Murky Disco. So hopefully we can see a strong defense here to match it. Loco trying to get the poke over the wall, keep the damage out and push people back. But Battle Pope doing a great job just trying to keep those particle grenades onto that Gul'dan, which is what you want to see. Try to keep the damage dealers out of the fight if at all you can. So Web Weaver is down. There is no damage to the keep, just a slight bit. So that is strong defense by Seraphim. Nice job, guys. Levels have basically evened out though, so things are getting very close. Looks like we've got a full rotation top. I'm guessing they want to pick up boss or... Oh yeah, boss just spawned, so it looks like they're baiting out boss here if they can, and then hopefully trying to take it. How will this go? Bum bum bum. Oh, Hellscream is coming out. He goes on Tychus. Sanctification is already out. Tychus just getting blown up there. Aegis going out. Vala is going to fall as well. Shigney, area getting very low. She's going to be picked off as well. So it's a 4v3 right now. Bat Pope is getting super low. Murder and diving in. Shield's able to save a little bit, but going down. Houdini is also going down. And finally, we've got Beat Boop in the back with the Zebo getting blown up. And that should be game. We've got all the heroes down for at least 45 seconds. And Seraphim should have no problem finishing this off. GG, both guys. That was a great game back and forth. It was, there's times when both teams had the upper advantage. Beautiful to watch. Sylvester, yeah, the Sank did go down, but unfortunately only helped about 2, maybe 3 of the members. So that was a little bit of a turning point in that fight. But there we go. That is the Div 1 match between Seraphim and Murky Disco. The winners of the match is Seraphim. Oh, you guys are funny in chat. Seraphim takes it home in a wonderful 24-minute match. 10 kills to 9 kills, so not a high kill game. Very well done, keeping everybody safe, knowing when to back out when you can. What did I like most in this game? Jeez. Loco, you just had that consistent damage. You only died once, and, that was just a beautiful particle grenade that came in to knock you out. And, yeah, I loved it. And your numbers, look at your siege damage, 270,000 and 131 hero damage. You were on the targets you needed to be and just keeping the damage out consistently throughout the entire game. So, well played. Well played across the board, guys. Fuck. Loco, you almost had triple. Well, you had over double the hero damage of anybody else on your team. So that's pretty impressive, man. So that is our first match of the night, guys. We do have 3 more lined up. Well, 3 more series lined up, so a total of a possible 4 more matches. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's see who that was. Where's my Streamlabs? Fathoms Deep. Much appreciated, man. We are here casting Chair League at least once a week, and so far this is, I think, the 3rd time this week. So we're having a hell of a time at it. If you guys want us to cast your matches, throw us invitations. We're always happy to cast if we can fit it into our schedules. Our next match tonight